lots of notes. Before we close, do we have any time, I think, for a few questions from you guys? Anybody have? We have a hand up in front.
They are good. With social media, like Twitter and Facebook, have you guys tweak your like pictures and stuff to generate more revenue for web marketing?
What's the question?
Do we tweet our presentations to generate more interest in different markets?
Yeah, no, I think you guys use social media networks as a tool to actually, when you pitch your client, use that as a tool.
Pitch into media?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Twitter, yes, but you have to build a relationship first. But it is a great way to build that relationship, like one-on-one with the reporter. Once you have, you always will ask, may I, first, before you go there, because you'll find out real fast if it's not okay and they're not following anymore. But it's a little different. Tread lightly if you have a really strong relationship, but then again, I would think that if this relationship is that strong that you're on Facebook with them, you can just pick up and call them and run them. So I would tread lightly with social media pitching unless the relationship is really strong.
May I ask a follow-up to that? Because I think there is a perception that electronic communications and social media are replacing voice-to-voice. Could you comment on that, please?
Sure, not a chance.
No.
Not a chance. We're in the people business. We create experiences that bring people face to face. That's what our clients want to do. Now, 2 years ago, when the market crashed and everybody was, scrambling, our business it dropped like Led Zeppelin. It was really bad because nobody could fly, nobody could have these big events where people were face to face anymore. And so everybody said, oh, that's the end of the live event, it's all going to be virtual events. Which they suck. Okay, virtual events, they're bad. I mean, we sell them, we do them with as an extension of some of our live events, but it just does not meet the business need that our clients have. So, there's a place for it for extending part of a message or extending your reach, but it's not on the place of Facebook.
Marketing is about human behavior, right? And human behavior is we like to share and we're tribal. We like to be face to face and develop relationships. It's not a new human trait. It goes back hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years. And what's happening with social media is that it's actually enhancing the need to be face to face. I agree that there is a vibe that, well, if I can text you, why do I need to talk to you? And then what is happening is when you do need to talk to somebody, you're short on the skills needed to talk to somebody. You're short on the interpersonal skills. And that's deadly in a relationship business. In every business is a relationship business.
I add something. Don't assume that they got your message.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, I religiously follow up now. If I left even a voicemail to follow up, or I leave an email and I leave a voicemail. Today I had a good example. I had to send a contract back and it kept on coming back. So I called the client and I said, well, I tried, is something going on? And I said, don't even assume it got through, so follow your junk mail. And if we're in marketing, I can't tell you how much of my mail goes into my junk mail because it says marketing on it. This was a contract, and I talked to the guy and I said, he says, well, thank you. I was wondering why I'm not getting word back from people. So don't assume. Some of you had me in class and they say, you send an email. Don't assume people are going to respond to you. You can send an email as an intro, perhaps, and say, I'll follow it up with a call. So just be mindful, because you all get too many emails, right? How many people get more than 100 emails a day? Okay, so do you read everything? No, right? So just pay attention and really honor the time people are giving you and be really clear and direct and, don't beat around the bush, but follow up. Don't assume anything.
I'll add something to that really quick. I get a lot of emails every day. I work with clients in every other city but here, so I don't get to see a lot of people face to face. Our company is really good about flying people into market, so we get to know who we've been working with for a year, 2 years. etc. I do rely on email, but if I see an email come into my inbox, I'll respond to it right away. I don't let it sit for more than an hour. I'll just say, hey, I got this, working on it, I'll get back to you later. Because people don't do that to me, and it's 5 hours later and I still haven't heard back, and it's really frustrating. Just knowing that people don't answer their phone all the time, so you have to have your next best thing. I text. There's been times when I've been working with a client on a presentation for the VP of HP at midnight, where sending it back and forth via email, texting revisions. So I think you should take advantage of every way to communicate that you can, but it has to be a two-way communication. Know that people are getting it and responding to it, and sometimes.
And they might have a certain way they like to have communication with you, and that's another kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's fine, because he's in the tech world, fine, they'll do that. With other cinema, I have a 24-hour rule, for sure, and I try to do it quickly, because if you put it over there, you forget about it. But to make sure you do it and really prioritize.
There's a simple line when you're responding to an email. When I have a 1 day with like an 8-hour rule. If you're responding to an email post 8 hours, the simple line is, "My apologies for the delay in the reply." And now you're showing respect, and you're showing that it was on your to-do list, and you're getting back to that. I mean, these are just mismanaged, right? I mean, just basic things.
Yeah, and I'll make a couple of just simple tactical points. The subject line is critical. It's your headline, okay? In your position, if you send me your resume because Rodrigo referred you, put that in the subject line. Just say, Rodrigo referred me, right? And then that helps me think, okay, well, that's one that I'm going to open, right? On your resume, if you don't put...
You're all going to flood me because
There you
You
go.
don't want to say resume as your only line.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Well,
That's
all right,
the
and let's talk about your resume, okay? You're going to be sending your resume around electronically, right? Make it a PDF, okay? So that you don't have to depend on them to have the right font on theirs, right? So do it as a PDF. And if your name is not in the file name of your resume, I'm going to throw it away, okay? Because it's going in a folder with a bunch of others, and I want to be able to find it. And if it says resume.pdf, you're not going to get the job, okay? You're just not. It extends into the business world where when we're submitting a proposal for, let's say that the project is Dreamforce, right? That's a major conference here. And we got an RFP to submit a request to submit a proposal for Dreamforce, right? So when we send them the file, they want it electronically. How smart is it for us to send it that says Dreamforce proposal, right? Because they're getting 6 of them, right? They're getting 6 proposals for Dreamforce. Got to put our name in it so they know it's us, right? So think about things from the receiver's end. Okay.
How about that when you save it, it saves so you can read it on the name, right? So Jack Morton sells Dreamforce.
That's right.
Dot, not Jack M.O. and then Morton on the bottom.
Right.
I mean, just make sure that you can read it appropriately when they save it. I mean, I get that all the time.
Yeah. So it's, again, I think the point is little things will set you apart. Attention to detail, you've got to have the basics. If you walk in and you're not fluent in Excel or PowerPoint or Word, you're not going to get the job. We just don't have time to teach you those things.
That, I think, is a perfect note for us to end the formal part of this discussion on. Thank you all very much for all your comments. Again,